Hey everyone, thanks for stopping back at my channel. My name is Fatima and welcome to the Graceful Glow Up. Today we're going to be talking about ways to retain length as a straight natural. One of the biggest questions that I got in my last video about my straight natural hair routine was, how do you keep your hair moisturized? What you do on wash day is just as, or maybe even more important than what you do on those 7 to 10 days in between wash day. The reason I say that is because the way that our hair gets moisture is not from the products that we put on it. It is literally from water. So water has to penetrate into the hair, and that is how our hair is moisturized. Even you can even try this with your skin actually. When you get out of the shower, right? Instead of drying off your body and then putting lotion on, let your skin be like a little damped and maybe put oil on, and you will notice such a huge difference in the retention in the moisture in your skin. Our hair works the exact same way. If we just layer on a bunch of products on dry, dirty hair, it's not adding moisture, it's literally just creating buildup. So wash day is critical, okay? So in order to retain moisture, first and foremost, you have to be making sure that your hair is clean. So I will die on this hill. You have to shampoo your hair twice, and you should be using a clarifying shampoo. But if you don't have a clarifying shampoo, just make sure you're shampooing your hair twice to get rid of all of the buildup on your scalp and also on your strands. Okay. Don't just let the soap run down the hair. Literally get in there and make sure you are using your fingers from roots to tips to make sure your hair is thoroughly cleansed. So then whatever products you put on your hair to retain that moisture will be applied on clean hair. If you are detangling, let's say you're not a straight natural, or maybe you are, but you just decided to give your hair a break from the heat and you did like a 2-strand twist out. But personally, for me, I prefer to have my hair in some type of a stretch style when I'm going to wash it because it's just so much easier, right? So if you are going to wash your hair and it is tangled, do not, I repeat, do not hop in the shower with a tangled 5-day-old twist out thinking that you are going to retain length. This is a rookie mistake that I have made a number of times throughout the years, and it will result in a lot of shed hair, breakage, and honestly just being in the shower for a really long time. Like, I hated wash day as a result of that. So I would suggest that you do not do that, and instead do your detangling over the sink. So if you're using a pre-poo, a hair mist, whatever type of product you like to use, your fingers and water, whatever you're using to detangle your hair, do it over the sink. I personally think that for my hair and my hair type, it works really well when my hair is really saturated with warm water and when I'm using some type of product with slip. Recently, I have been loving the hair mist by 1212. But if that is a little bit out of your price range, you could always use something like the African Pride Pre-Poo, which has been a staple for me for a really long time. So that is a tried and true product that I will always go back to. And working in sections will also save you so much hair. If you're someone who is using heat, you want to incorporate some type of protein or bond repair into your routine. Now, I'm not an expert, so I cannot tell you if you need protein or if you need bond repair. I don't know. I'm still figuring that out for myself. But for me personally, I really like the Olaplex number 3 as a bond repair. I don't use it every single time that I wash my hair, but I do like to be mindful of using it either before or after I've used heat. Never skip deep conditioning. I know it's tempting, especially if you're used to washing your hair in the shower, right? Because you're like, wait, so I got to let this sit in for 20 minutes. I already been in here for 30 minutes detangling my hair. Now I got to let a deep conditioner sit for 20 minutes. It can feel like a lot, but this is why I prefer to wash my hair over the sink. Because if I do it over the sink, it's nothing for me to just sit on the couch, watch a little show, and allow my deep conditioner to sit in. Now, I've said this a number of times, but I'll say it again. You don't need to buy some type of expensive hair mask as a deep conditioner. You can if you want to, but I prefer to use my conditioner by 1212, which by now I should have a whole review on that product line if you want to check that out next. And I let that sit on my head for about 20 minutes. Now, Put on your plastic cap, yes, but take it a step further and get you a deep conditioning cap. Now, this is a game changer. Shout out to my girl, Zanice Ashley on YouTube. Straight natural videos literally taught me everything I know. Like, they're so good. Her and there's a couple other people on TikTok that I really like, which I'll link them below again for those who may be interested. But she put me on to this deep conditioning hair cap. It's basically just flax seeds inside of a bonnet. You heat up the cap in the microwave and for about 2 minutes, and then you just put it on top of your plastic cap, let it sit for about 20-30 minutes. You can also use like one of the soft bonnet dryers, like the attachment as well, if you don't have the heated cap. But the heated caps are pretty affordable. They're on Amazon. I'll see if I can link all of this stuff down below as well. Getting your ends trimmed or learning how to trim your own hair every 6 to 8 weeks. Now, again, I'm not a professional. I'm just telling y'all what I know. I do have some professional hairstylist friends though, and they have encouraged me to do this. I've seen length by doing this, retention by doing this. Now, I know you may be thinking, if I'm cutting my hair every 6 to 8 weeks, how am I going to retain length? Well, the thing is, if you don't cut the split ends and the dead ends, those splits are just going to go higher and higher and higher. And when you do get your hair cut, you're going to have to cut off more. That was my issue for a very long time. I kept doing that same process. And also I was wearing my hair in twist outs and letting it air dry. So it was a lot of things working against me, but I kept running into the same issue where I would have to get these drastic cuts instead of just a trim. So I personally do not go to the salon on a regular basis. I like to do my hair at home. So I have been learning how to trim my own hair. Now, I'm not perfect at this. And if you all want a video on it, once I master it, I may record one. Just let me know in the comments. But I will link the video that I used as a guide. That is what has been working for me. I mean, I feel like my hair is doing pretty good. I gave myself a trim last night and my ends feel pretty good. I think my main concern sometimes is just like that is full from root to tip. Like, that's something that I'm currently working on. That's a goal for myself. Use some type of a brush that is open to blow dry, or a Rev Air if you have that. I don't have the Rev Air, but everybody in the comments is raving about it. But yesterday I blow dried my hair with this, which is the unbrushed dupe. And let me tell y'all, this was a game changer for me. I have been using the paddle brush blow dryer by Revlon, and I noticed that when I use that, typically it's okay, but if my ends are bad, like the time before this when my ends were needing a trim, I had so much shedding. And I was like, I don't like this. It's a lot of heat, it's a lot of shedding. Is uncomfortable to use. So I really want to Rev Air, but in the meantime, I'm like, I have to find ways to retain length. So what I did was I put that little nozzle, the little small flatter, and I stretched my hair first. So stretching your hair is just, you just hold it with tension and you just blow it, right? So you're not running any tools through it, which by default, that is going to create less shedding just doing that alone. So then once my hair is stretched, meaning it's like pretty much mostly dry, it doesn't have a ton of curls left in it, I go in with this brush and I basically run the brush down and use the blow dryer at the same time. I would show y'all, but I'm holding the microphone. Like the way they do at like the Dominican salon or the hair salon, where they have the brush in one hand and the blow dryer in the other hand. Basically just following that method with this, and my results came out so good. Now, I did still have to go in and hit the roots with, a different, like a comb attachment, but that's fine. Main tip here is using some type of brush that is like open like this, and stretching your hair first will help you to retain length. The next tip is to wrap your hair or put it in rollers every single night. Do not, I repeat, do not go to sleep with your hair in a ponytail, with your hair in a bun, with a bobby pin. I used to do that all the time, and I feel like that gave me a lot of damage actually. With a hair clip, I would suggest either putting your hair in some type of roller, satin roller, flexi rod, perm rods even, or just wrap it around your head, but do not just go to sleep just thinking you're going to wake up with your hair, one, looking good and also still intact. You are going to get breakage. Even if you're sleeping on like a satin pillowcase, it's just a lot of friction. So I would just suggest making sure that you do something to wrap your hair, style your hair, and also put some type of a hair serum, right? I've recently started using Sacred, which I'm really enjoying, their hair oil. You also could use the 1212 hair serum. There's also a bunch that you could just find at the beauty supply store. You don't have to spend a lot of money on these things, but like, for example, the Garnier Fructis Argan Oil one is one of my favorite hair oils. It's so nice. It smells so good. It feels very luxurious. So find you a hair oil that you can put on your hair every night before you wrap your hair. Detangle it, of course, and then wrap your hair or put your rollers in. And using that hair serum is going to make a huge difference on your ends, maintaining the moisture that we put in on wash day. Another tip, which is something most people probably won't think about, is when I'm at home, if I'm not filming, my hair is away. Like, I will put it in rollers, I will put it in a ponytail. I will usually do something that is low tension and just move it out the way so that it's not constantly rubbing up against my clothes or my scarves or whatever, right? If you're not like going somewhere or taking photos or doing something where you need your hair out, I would say to just keep it away as long as you can. I have some tips about the gym. If you guys want that, just comment down below, but I feel like that's a separate video, so I won't go into that here. The last tip that I'm going to share is to let go of the silk press. And I know that may be confusing, being that I'm sitting here with my hair nice and straight. I literally just did it yesterday, but this is what the girlies over on TikTok call a fluffy press, right? It's giving like 90s blowout, Aaliyah, 90s sitcom, like the sister girl next door hair, right? This is my preferred look. Now, the silky silk press bust down, I'm not into it, honestly. I feel bald. I feel like I don't have hair. It also doesn't give you a lot of versatility. I noticed that when my hair is silky bone straight, it only lasts for about 6, 7 days, and then it gets very oily. It gets very heavy and greasy, and I can only wear it straight. Versus when my hair is in this fluffy press state, I can wear it straight and give this look. I can put flexi rods, perm rods. I'll put all of that up on the screen. It gives you a lot more versatility. So someone asked on my last video, like, what do I do to my hair throughout the 10 days or so when I'm wearing it straight? I put different rollers in it to give different curls and waves, and that's typically what I do. And sometimes when it gets like older, I'll do like updos. I also have something called Caruso steam rollers, so when it gets really old and I'm like stretching it and my hair is like thirsty, I will use those because it's literally steam and it just like rehydrates your hair, but it still gives you like a curl if you have somewhat of a press left still. So those are some of the tips that I would share, but I think really letting go of the silk press look and just leaning into a more fluffy look will really save your hair from heat damage. It'll allow you to retain more length and more moisture over time. And also, if you're using, bonus tip, if you're using a titanium flat iron every single time you flat iron your hair, girl, stop. Let me tell you, let me be the one to tell you, it is not good to use on a regular basis. I think the titanium, I will bust out when I want slick, bone, straight, gorgeous. Like, I'll put the video up. Like, when I want this look, I'll do the titanium. But just day to day, living my life like it's golden, I don't need that look all the time. Like, it's pretty, but it's not necessary for me personally, not on my natural hair. Okay. So those are all of my tips. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, and if you found it helpful, please give me a big thumbs up. It helps so much. And comment down below. Let me know what questions or comments you may have, and let me know, how is your straight natural journey going for you? I'll see y'all soon.